All right, the morning after the roast of Kevin Hart on Netflix, which is super fun to watch. I'm not a huge, weirdly, not a huge fan of roasts. I like roast jokes. In fact, I used to make a living writing very similar jokes to that, especially late night, taking shots at celebrities is part of the game. And it's always fun because they're celebrities, they're already rich and famous. What are you gonna do, hurt them? Hurt their feelings? I think they've been through worse. So, in fact, the head writer for Netflix Roast right now is Mike Gibbons, also executive producer. And he's my old head writer from the Late Late Show at CBS. Great guy, really funny, and knows how to collect really good writers. So it's fun to watch. So I thought I would do a few jokes that, again, it took me like 5 minutes to write these, but these maybe are jokes that I would have started with towards a submission if I were actually hired on that. Which maybe I could be if I still pushed for those jobs. It's just a lot of politics getting into those jobs. And a lot of the writers, I don't know these guys. Some of them I did. Nick Mullen used to live here in Austin. Very good writer, very toxic. So he's perfect for roast. And a lot of the other names I don't know personally, but again, it's a great job because you're taking shots at people that are pretty invulnerable. And if you can actually land something that hurts, it's kind of nice. So there are writers literally all over America right now, spread out, who are saying, "Oh, that was my joke." So here's a few jokes. Last night was the roast of Kevin Hart on Netflix, as opposed to the roast of Kevin Hart that occurs inside my head every time I see his over-smiling face. Kevin is what happens when DNA is hurtling towards dwarfism, but changes its mind and settles on uncomfortably desperate for approval. If he was a food, Kevin would be a black tater tot. I'm not sure why I think that's funny, but I guess the image of a black tater tot, and he's small, that's the whole point. Kevin Hart, even his name is short. It's easy to not notice Kevin. He's small, which explains why he spent nearly 9 hours smashed into Lizzo's ass, which I think is maybe the closest ready to go, fully baked joke that might make it to a Netflix roast, because it's a little harsher, a little sharper, and it's a funny image. Kevin Hart smashed onto Lizzo because she sat on him. Okay, there you go. I will see you next time. Again, Comedy Writers Colony doing the jokes, man.